Hello, welcome back to the Silent but Obedient podcast. Today's topic, the true meaning of equality. Okay, so to start off, we are going to begin with the basics. That's going to be a trend on this channel. So the Declaration of Independence says something really profound that hadn't really ever been articulated before. It says that all men are created equal, and yet we are so obviously different, aren't we? We all have different traits, talents, hobbies, and passions. So then, if we're so obviously unequal in so many ways, then what did our founders mean when they wrote this? In what way or respect is it true that all men are created equal? Let me start off by making something very clear. There is a natural equality and unnatural equality. And it's very important to differentiate between the two. Now, the equality talked about in the Declaration is a natural fact, not something to be socially engineered. Now, the popular modern-day equality of outcome that's being pushed by the left is inherently socially engineered and very dangerous. Now, there are many different kinds of equality. The specific kind of equality that is talked about in the Declaration is natural equality. Equality in the sense that we are all human. Now, there's also equality of outcome, better known as equity, it's very dangerous. Outcomes will almost never be equal in a free society. The only way that you could have equal outcomes is in a very controlled state or environment. It would have to be an extremely totalitarian government, and whether that be economically or socially, take your pick, it's not possible in a natural environment. Now, Aristotle claims that the gift of speech is identical to reason or rationale. They are the same thing. The argument is that when you are talking, you are thinking out loud, and when you are thinking, you are talking to yourself. It's the same thing. And that somehow, this capacity that we have that makes us human, there's some respect in which we are all created equal. And he also talks about the difference between humans and animals in the way that with this capacity that we have for reason and rationale, how animals use their voice to indicate pleasure and pain. People use it to distinguish the just from the unjust. Now just think about what they did by writing this. And what did they pledge to each other? We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. What more is there to pledge than that? That's everything. And remember what the founders were doing. They were doing something that had never been done before. I mean, to take on the largest power on earth, the British Empire, in the name of something that had never been the political principle of any nation in history, in the name of the rights of every human being, and including the right to be governed only by their consent. Now that's quite a remarkable thing. And this idea that all men are created equal is a great philosophical proposition and the ultimate source for human freedom.